Hey there, this is Daniel from North Dakota. I'm currently wearing a beanie as a prop because it's 36 degrees outside. This week it's going to be in the 20s as high and lows down to 5 degrees. So culturally it's kind of a shock for this California boy. Okay, chapter 11, number 1. What are 3 to 4 highlights from the chapter that were important to me and why are they significant? I think social episodes is important. I like how social episodes can be tracked, traced, kind of anticipated for different cultures. You can kind of go into a situation and anticipate how things are going to play out, so it might add a level of security. I think that's kind of interesting. Second thing, I was surprised by how different cultures see each social episode. For example, an Asian student wouldn't ask teacher questions, and whereas their American counterpart are encouraged to ask teacher questions, and actually and oftentimes in America teachers will say that there are no stupid questions. And then also how Asians will stand up and use formal titles when the teacher comes in the room, showing honor and respect, whereas that would be foreign if could you imagine in America one student standing up and greeting the professor, with this formal title, and everybody else would be like, when do we start doing that? It would just be kind of awkward. Third thing that I find as a highlight, there's kind of 2 in this, but in France, people and relationships are paramount over other priorities. For example, when you go to a French meal with a family or a friend, it could last 3 to 4 to 5 hours long. Whereas in America, everything's fast food, fast internet, get in, get out, go take care of stuff. We're all in a hurry. I know for me, some holidays, I don't even have time to really get together with my family because I've just been so busy the last 5-6 years. I'm running out of time, but oh well. Another thing that I saw as a highlight was that example in Washington, D.C. at that predominantly African school. The African American walks up to the Africans from different countries and asks them what time it was, and they didn't even respond. They just kind of gave him the cold shoulder because they thought he was completely disrespectful and didn't have any honor for them, because he just asked what time it was. That's massive, kind of a paradigm shift of social episodes from one culture to the next. Number 2, what surprised me and why? Again, what surprised me was the differences in social episodes. Again, with the Asian student and the African student and the Australian students, how they all every culture has a different idea on how things are going to play out and how they're going to look. And when you put all those cultures together in the same room, it can be somewhat chaotic, I would assume, as far as expectations go. One culture would be expecting this, another culture would be expecting that, and depending on who's leading the talk of the room or the purpose of why they're gathering, that could be the game changer. It could. So that's pretty. I found that interesting. Number 3, what was practical and useful for this chapter, and how will I use it in my daily life? I think again the most practical for me was the social episodes, and the reason is because I can be open-minded as to what my social episode is, what my expectations are. Whereas if I go into a room and there's Asian students, there's Mexican students, there's African students, I can be sensitive to their needs, their cultures, their expectations, their paradigm of social episode and how things should play out. And I will have a better opportunity at my first impression with them, which is better for me if I'm trying to build relationship, which relationship's pretty important. Number 4, how exactly will I use it? Kind of the same thing. I'm re-emphasizing this point, and that is, I will try to attempt not to superimpose my ways of doing things onto other cultures. and keep an open mind, be sensitive to other cultures, honoring them, and really trying to remember that what I learned in this class, and that is that these different cultures have really different worldviews. Like I read that book, The Spirit Catches You and You Fall Down. And the Hmong family had completely different worldviews than the doctors at MCMC there in Merced, California. And they were literally in culture shock, surviving. And so I think I'm really going to try to, in the years ahead and the time that I have ahead, is to try to learn as much as I can about other cultures, especially before engaging with them in some kind of cross-cultural interaction. I guess my goal is to be cross-culturally competent a lot more than I have been in times past. Thank you.